Hi, this is Dennis in Japan. I have no idea what the connection is going to be like out here by the river, but just beyond my shadow that you see in the river there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 a family of big carp, you know, enjoying their day leisurely as they do. There's one lonely duck over there. Probably some more ducks will show up, while I'm doing this live here. Yeah, so basically what I do is I spend time. Yeah, like I said, I'm way out here. Excuse me, I'm way out here in the river. So, have no idea if the signal is going to carry this far away from any source or not. But anyway, let me get on to the point of this live stream here today. Yeah, living in Japan, I got lots of congratulatory messages about Thanksgiving, and we don't do Thanksgiving here in Japan like everybody does it in the U.S., for example. So I just better adopt the attitude that every day is Thanksgiving, right? So, and besides Thanksgiving, everybody was talking about Black Friday, right? So I showed one friend, I have this black hat, I have another black hat, and I have altogether 3 black hats, but no Black Friday here in Japan. I feel blessed about that, right? We can go shopping and get pretty good deals any time of the year, but at least 3 or 4 times a year they'll have big sales, but nobody lines up and rushes in there. Nobody does that. Right? They just, go in the store, there's a sale, they buy their stuff, they go home. All right, well, let me get on to the tip that I talked about in the topic of this of this live. Okay, so I call it the #1 business tip, right, for online business or online marketers. So that online tip is never lose money. Never lose money. Okay, now if you're not going to lose money, you need some kind of a prevention plan, right? So when people talk about these HYIPs and they're going to pay you 10% or they're going to pay you 12% or even they're going to pay you 6%, no, those things don't last. They used to last about 45 days, then it went down to about 30 days, then 20 days, then 10 days, and some of them even closed on the same day they launched. So stay away from those high yield interest programs, HYIPs, right? Also, I avoid, or I tell my friends to avoid, any kind of program where it's going to cost you like more than $500 to go in there and you can't get back your seed money within 30 days. So a lot of programs ask you to pay $500 or $1,000. You're going to get some products, probably physical products. Then you've got to, find people to join your team so that you can earn a commission on what they buy. That's a long process. I mean, 20 years ago, I did that with Nu Skin and Farmanex, very successful. I still make money from that, right? I still get payments from that for 20 some years. But would I recommend somebody doing that now? No. No, things have changed too much. The pace of business is just too fast now. So what I recommend as a way of not losing your money is to join a safe rev share by an honest owner like Mr. Uday Nara, yeah, and then do it only Bitcoin to Bitcoin, okay? And if you've watched my other videos on my timeline, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Now, okay, I also am a member of My 24-Hour Income. I put $100 in there, and in 32 days, I got back 110. That's fast, okay? I got all my money out, and I made a profit. Now, if I'm going to compare my 24-hour income to MyPayingCryptoAds, what's the difference? Well, to me, the difference is in my 24-hour income, the Bitcoin processor is pegged to the US dollar, okay? I'm not a fan of the US dollar, okay? Hey, Treasury Department, I am not a fan of the US dollar. I'm also not a fan of any business that's done in the US that's related to online marketing. The SEC shut down Traffic Monsoon, right? It's just not a safe environment for doing online business, the US, okay? So, I like the MyPayingCryptoAds because it's Bitcoin to Bitcoin. Doesn't matter what happens in politics around the world, you know, the Bitcoin doesn't change. Right? That's the safest way to do an online marketing business nowadays. Okay, well, I'm just going to reiterate the point. When you go and do an online business, number one, make sure you have a plan that that business is going to allow you to get back your seed money within like 30 days, maybe 60 days at the most, so that you do not what? You do not lose money. Because if you lose money, excuse me there, if you lose money, you're going to lose the support of your significant other that you live with, okay? You're going to lose the support of friends, right, who follow you, okay? So our responsibility as an online marketer is, number one, show that we're in a program where you don't lose money. Number two, if you choose to recruit, it's going to be done so that the people you introduce will also not lose money, okay? And that's the point we always have to come back to, right? And that's the point I always ask people when they introduce programs. I ask them, did you get your money back within 30 to 60 days? If they can't say yes, well, pass, you know, no thanks. Okay, well, I'm going to wrap it up right there. I enjoy the rest of my walk down here by the river, right? We've got still a little bit of snow dusting the environment around here, right? We got the river flowing back here. So there's a little duckies. They came back. Hey, duckies, thank you for joining this live broadcast today. I appreciate it, you know. And the carp, I don't think they're going to surface and give us any support today, which is okay, you know. All right, well, thanks a lot for tuning in. I'll check your comments later. If you've been over to my live for the first time, then just type in number 1 in the comment section, right? Wow, pigeons are getting in on the act over here too, okay? And anyway, I'll give you a reply, Nay. See y'all later. Take care.